everybody. Barb here, barbstamps.com. It must be Thursday night because I'm live on YouTube. And I realize I'm not live every Thursday because I missed the last 2 Thursdays. One, I planned on missing. The other one, I did not. So I'm very excited to be back. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, Becky is saying hello to me from Helena, Montana. Becky, I will be heading up to Montana. Yes, that's so funny. We're going to Swan. We're leaving on the 30th of July. So we will be heading up that way in just a couple, oh my gosh, sooner than I think, like 3 weeks. It's always crazy because July now is just one of those crazy months. Like we have a brand new catalog we just launched. It's Sale-A-Bration. We're doing our catalog kickoff party. We have a special group for that. There's just all these things going on right now in July, and I have to pack for a 2-week camper vacation where we are basically off the grid. And not that we're off the grid, but there's no internet service where we go. So you have to either like drive up the road a couple of miles to get internet service, and it's spotty, crappy, very minimal internet service, or you have to go out on the lake. Because the lake kind of like the road, you go up the road and then the lake kind of can come around and you end up kind of at the same spot where you're in the lake or you're on the road, and that's where the internet is the best in that area, but it's not great. And so I always I love going on vacation there, but I hate the fact that I am not connected because, this is my job, being available and connected, and it's a little bit stressful to be gone for 2 weeks. Anyway, who cares? So I'm glad to be back, you guys. I'm so excited. I was really sad last week when I couldn't. I guess I shouldn't say I couldn't. I chose not to because I had something else that I had to do that involved my son and a shenanigan. So I know that you guys are all just waiting with bated breath to hear about his shenanigan. Yeah. So, as you guys know, I was not going to be live on the I think it was the 23rd. That was a Thursday, because I was driving on the 22nd at 11 o'clock at night. My son and I picked up his friend and we drove to Denver, where I dropped them off at the airport and they flew to Puerto Vallarta. We had picked up my daughter on the way. She lives down in that area. And then her and I were going to spend the day in Denver, hanging out, shopping, whatever, which we did. So we got the boys there, we dropped them off, they got on their flight, everything was fine. We went into Denver, we went to IKEA, which was very exciting. My daughter had never been to an IKEA before. I had been to one time, so that was pretty exciting. So we did some IKEA shopping, and then we had something to eat. We went to a couple of malls, we went to Target, just some random things. But we were pretty tired because, like I said, we left at 11 o'clock at night. So we stayed up. Well, I did. I stayed up all the way until, I should about 7 o'clock in the morning when we went to Target. Target doesn't open until 8. Well, we got there at 7. And so I said, I'm going to take a nap. So I slept in the car for like an hour and 20 minutes. We probably look like homeless people. We've got our bags in the car and all this stuff. So we probably looked hilarious. Anyway, so I did get a little bit of sleep, but by the end of that day, we were both pretty exhausted. So we just decided we'd go back to where she lives, which is Laramie, Wyoming, where she's going to college, and we would just hang out. So that's what we did. So that was Thursday. Friday's fine. My son and his friend are having a good time. They ended up going on a deep sea fishing trip. My son caught a small mahi-mahi. It was too small to keep, so he had to throw it back. But then his friend got seasick, so they had to leave early. One night they went out on a pirate ship. It's like an excursion where you go out on the pirate ship. It's like a regular ship, but it's designed to look like a pirate ship. And they had dinner, and there was dancing and fireworks and things like that. So they did that. They went to a club one night down there. I think they hung out by the pool, yada, yada, yada. Monday night at about 12:15. So I guess Tuesday morning, very early Tuesday morning, 12:15, my phone rings. It's a number that I don't recognize. Hello, because I'm sleeping. And it's my son's friend. And he says, Barb. And I said, yeah. He says, this is blank. And I said, oh, hey. And he said, Justice had a fall. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he broke his arm or he broke his leg or something like that. He said, we were running up the stairs back to our room and he tripped and he fell on his face. Yeah. He's got his phone in one hand, a bottle of water in the other. He's looking at his phone. He's running up the stairs like 2 at a time. And of course, they're tile cement stairs. He lands on his teeth. Yeah. And he lands on his teeth. His teeth cut a gigantic hole in his lip. He gets another cut underneath his lip. And he's telling me this, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And the kid says, yeah, I think he might need stitches in his lip, but he won't go to the doctor. And I'm thinking, of course, that's my kid. And it's Mexico. Where do you send a kid in Mexico when you've got teeth pushed back in your mouth and a deep cut on your lip? I would have no idea where to go. I would have no idea what's safe, what's clean, no idea. So he is being a typical 18-year-old American man. He's not going to the doctor or the dentist. It doesn't matter what I say. Fine, I get it. I can't force you to do anything. You're an adult. You're not even close to me, so I can't take you by the hand and throw you into the doctor's office. So the next day I talked to him, and he's like, oh, his tooth is pushed into his mouth. He's tried to push it back. He can't. So he can't close his mouth. So he can't eat. His lip is a lost cause. It should have gotten stitches. He didn't. So that was Tuesday. So Tuesday, he didn't do anything. He stayed in his room. His friend went out and did some stuff. He stayed in his room. Wednesday, they left Puerto Vallarta at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They got to Denver at about 4. I think they actually got through customs and everything was about 5 o'clock. And I arrived there to take them home. So we drove home. We got home about midnight, I guess. And the next day was Thursday, the day I was supposed to be live with you guys. Well, Thursday morning, we got up right away. I had called my dentist office Tuesday already and said, hey, I've got a kind of an emergency. We need to come in. They said, fine, we'll get you in. They got me in. They did x-rays of his teeth. None of them were fractured, but obviously the one was pushed back. And they told me, they said, well, when there's trauma to the teeth, you never know what's going to happen. The nerves in the teeth, if they get disturbed, they can just all of a sudden decide they're done. Next month, the nerves could decide they're done. The tooth dies. You just don't know. So they didn't find any fractures. So they referred us to an orthodontist, and we went to the orthodontist and they numbed him up and they pushed his teeth back into place. Ugh. And apparently he wasn't numb enough because he could feel it. So then they had to put glue on the forefront teeth, little drops of glue, and they put a wire to kind of keep those teeth in place. And so now he's going to have to follow up with our local dentist every couple weeks for months. So then I knew that his lip was infected because it was giant and it had a disgusting scab on it. So we go to the doctor's office and the doctor comes in and he's like, oh, what'd you do? Looks like you got an infected lip there. Yeah. So he got medication for that. So that took a number of hours in the morning. And of course, I'm a concerned mama. My kid landed on his face on some tile stairs in Mexico. I tell you, that kid of mine, he's going to be the death of me. And I'm only 56, almost 56 years old. So you guys, that was the reason I wasn't live, because I was taking care of my silly son. And yes, so the lip is now looks pretty good. I mean, he's probably going to have a scar on it, but what do you do? One of the teeth is a little bit, it hangs down a little lower than the others. So I'm kind of concerned that that one might not make it. I don't know. Well, time will tell. He still isn't able to eat very well. He can't bite into anything, obviously. So no sandwiches, no hamburgers. Everything he eats needs to be kind of cut up. So, and I'm happy to do that. He's my baby. I mean, he might be 18 years old, but he's still my baby. You guys get it. So I'm going to cut up his food if he'll let me cut it up. So that's been fun. He went back to work this week, and thankfully they haven't been working too hard because it has been kind of rainy and they can't really work in the rain. But today was his first full day back to work. So yeah, and thank you guys for all of your prayers and all that. Yeah, every time I think about falling on tile stairs, it just makes my stomach cringe. So yeah, so that's why I wasn't here. But I'm very excited to be back. which means that obviously he's doing okay. He goes back to the dentist on next Wednesday, so I will be accompanying him to that appointment because I want to know what's going on. And it's just a waiting game now. We'll just wait and see what happens to his teeth. It could be fine for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden the nerve dies because it decides it doesn't want to do it anymore. So we don't know. But anyways, so thank you guys so much for all your thoughts and prayers and everything. I appreciate that very much. So anyways, let's talk about stamping. Yay! It's celebration time, you guys. I'm sure you all know about that already. If you don't, I'm here to tell you that we have Sale-A-Bration going on through the end of August, which is always very exciting. So 2 full months of that. We have ordering specials, hosting special, joining special. I have my own ordering special. So we've just got a lot of things going on. A lot of you are probably aware that Kelly, Dina, and I are doing a catalog kickoff again. I know we just did one in May and now it's July. It's like, how many catalog kickoffs can you do? We do as many as we need to. And so that's happening. I do have a link to register in the description of this video if you would like to join us. If you are a Stamp Happy Academy member, do not register. I believe there is a link on the Stamp Happy Academy website under events. If you are a member, you can just get into the group. You have to answer a couple of questions and then we will get you into the group. We did our meet and greet last night. So we give a little bit of information about how to navigate the site. The bundles that we're using for our make and takes and all that kind of stuff. So you can check that out. Thank you all for your messages of prayers for justice. Yes, we are hopeful. We have our fingers crossed. That I honestly thought, he might have to have surgery or something. Because I mean, that tooth and he couldn't close his mouth. And but thankfully they were able to shove it back into place. Hopefully it stays. We'll see. So yeah. So Stamp Happy Academy, the kickoff, all that good stuff. Oh, Karen says she just rejoined Stamp Happy Academy. Great. That's awesome, Karen. So welcome. Hopefully you've checked out the link and gotten into the Facebook group. If you haven't, go to the Stamp Happy Academy website. I think I activated you just the other day and you can get in to the group. It's $15 if you're not a member, and it is well worth every penny. If you're not a member of Stamp Happy Academy, $15 is a very good price for what you're going to get. We're going to have 7, I guess actually basically 8 live events. We had one last night. We have one coming up with 3 very special guests. Pretty excited about that. And then Dina, Kelly, and I will each be doing 2 live events over the course of the next couple of weeks. So we're pretty excited. Kelly's already announced some prize patrol winners today. We've got card challenge number 1 up. I'll be posting mystery stamping tomorrow along with a couple more prize patrols. We've still got bundles to give away. We've got more prizes to give away. We've got all kinds of stuff. Oh, Kathy, it's not a problem. People used to think Kelly and I were twins. We'd go to Stampin' Up! Events together and they thought we were twins. So there you go. I can totally see how you would confuse us. So anyways, that's going on. So I hope you guys can all get a chance to get into that. So yay. All right. I think I'm going to flip my camera now and I'll just give you a little more of what's going on. I'm going to show you my brand new pop socket that I bought at Walmart in Laramie, Wyoming, because I saw it and I just had to have it because it's so cute. When will the July's? Ooh, Kimber, we are doing something different this month as far as lives, and we're going to be posting that very soon. So stay tuned. All right, I'm going to flip the camera and we will see what we can do here. Make sure I don't turn the live off because I have done that before. Whoop, tap the button one more time. There we go, flipped over. Okay. Christine said, when I was in the 3rd grade, I fell on a cement floor and broke my tooth. The dentist kept it and its root didn't die until I was 21, so it could take a while. Okay, well, that's good to know. He actually did have a little bit of a mishap when he was a kid. He was about 4. He fell on our swing set and damaged his 2 front teeth. They both did die. They both turned black. And then, of course, the dentist did root canals on them, and then they came out. They fell out, when kids' permanent teeth come in. So he's already had a little bit of trauma to that area of his mouth, so I'm just kind of concerned, but we'll pray for the best. Okay, this is my new pop socket. Is that not the cutest thing you guys have ever seen? It's these little daisies with little smiley faces, and it has a blue base. Now, if you guys don't know what a pop socket is, it's something that goes on the back of your phone to help you hold it. I'm a pop socket addict. I can't use a phone without a pop socket, and when I saw this at Walmart, I knew it had to be mine. So I probably have 6 different pop sockets, and I do switch them out. They're the kind that you can switch out really easily. And so, yeah, if you're interested in a cute little pop socket, head to Walmart. Maybe they have it there. Okay. I do have a shout out. Somebody did send me an amazing card. Look at this. I have done a card similar to this before. Look at this fun thing. It's a very fun fold here. This is from Kim. So I wanted to thank her. A very nice card. Very sweet gesture with one of my favorite stamp sets that just retired. The Cactus Cuties. Also want to share, these were the cards I made the last time I was live with you guys. This one uses the Nature's Prints bundle along with the fern folder. This is a little pocket with a removable little card you can write a little note on. Plus we have an inside also. Here is a cute little alphabet card with the Alphabest stamp set. So cute with that coordinating ribbon. And then this is one of the cards that's in my butterfly or best butterflies classes. I did this last time I was live and it was a fiasco. So I redid the video and I did post it by itself here on YouTube where it's not a fiasco. So there you go. So these were the cards I did the last time I was live. So as you may know, it is Sale-A-Bration time. So when you shop my online store, or if you need to call me or email me, I can place your order for you. That's not a problem. When you order $50 or $100 worth of merchandise, then you have the option to choose free items out of the Sale-A-Bration brochure. This is what it looks like. You can also look at it online. There's a link to my blog in the description of this video where you can check this out. There's all kinds of fun goodies in here. We have this adorable little Hippest Hippo stamp set, the coordinating dies. Those are each available for $50 orders. We have the Rings of Love Designer Series paper. That's a $50 item. The Pool Party and Soft Seafoam cards and envelopes, which I'm going to be using today, along with their coordinating bundle, Splendid Day. We have this really pretty stylish sketches if you're into the outdoorsy animals. Oh my gosh, look at that. That could be Peepers. That could be Peepers and Peepers' friend. We have some silver and gold foiled paper that can easily be colored with our blending brushes, markers, sponge daubers, what have you. We have this cute stamp set that's available for a $100 purchase. The Tree Lot dies that coordinate with the Trees for Sale stamp set, which you can purchase out of the holiday catalog, and then you can get the dies for free. They're a $100 item. And then the Wonderful World stamp set and designer series paper that I'm actually going to be using today for you guys. Well, not the paper, but the stamps. And then everyone who places a $300 order or has a $300 party can get the perfect pomegranate stamp set for free. So there you go. That's what Sale-A-Bration's about. So if you host $300 party, you get the pomegranate set. When you join Stampin' Up! Right now, during July and August, you get this fantastic planner. Look at that. I've got mine all set up. I've got 6 months in here, ready to go. Very excited about that. It's a month at a glance calendar, and then you have the weekly things behind. You can set it up however you want. It's beautiful. It's got pockets. It comes with some stickers. You also get a stamp set called Making Plans. It's a 28-piece stamp set, as well as 3 creative notebooks. So that's a pretty good deal. If you join Stampin' Up! Right now during July or August, you're going to automatically get this whole collection. It's called the Making Plans Collection, and you will just automatically get that in your starter kit. Now, starter kits do ship for free. So they cost $99. You choose $125 in your kit. You get the planner for free. It ships for free. You only pay tax if there's tax where you live. So that's what's awesome right now. Catalog kickoff, we already talked about it. We have our make and take packets available for purchase now. The link to mine is in the description of my video. I would love it if you would purchase that from me. Our ordering special for the first part of July, the 1st to the 23rd, the fine sparkle adhesive back gems with a $75 purchase. So you would get a free Sale-A-Bration item and the gems if you order from me between now and the 23rd of July. My July classes, the Rings with Nature is our online class, the collaborative class that the 3 of us do together. And we're including some of the Rings of Love Sale-A-Bration paper, red ruffled ribbon, the silver threaded twine, and the seasonal sequins, a little bit of all that. Again, link to the register for that is in the description of this video if you're interested. And then my class to go is the Cheerful Basket. I just love this little basket set. I think it's so cute. So I'm going to give you some Regal's paper, some different, you get 4 different ribbons, plus a little bit of linen thread, plus you're going to get a half a pack of these festive gems, festive pearls. I'm going to use those on something, so I'll show them to you. So again, description of this video, you'll find the links for that. I have a few Best Butterflies classes left. This is one of my more popular classes. I actually had to cut some extra kits, so I've got a few more available. Stampin' Happy Academy, we always talk about it because it's amazing and everybody should be a member. We've got our basic membership of $19.95, which gives you all of our online classes each month. And then you can purchase kits if you so desire. And the premium is for the basic and the live only. And then there's just the live only. So there's just a few different ways to go about that. My project tutorial library, I just updated that a couple of weeks ago. I added some new PDF files, so you can check that out either through my blog or through this link here, which I also have a link in the description of this video. And then, of course, I always have adhesive kits available for purchase. If you are interested, they come in these adorable rainbow bags. I have multiple colors available. You get all kinds of goodies. You get a seal adhesive. You get some dimensionals. You get some black dimensionals, tear and tape, glue dots, liquid glue. You get a sand eraser to erase those pesky ink mistakes, a glue eraser to erase those pesky glue mistakes, and then, of course, a little clear ruler, all packaged in an adorable bag. So all that stuff is below if you're interested. Okay, so get my papers out of the way, and let me get project number 1. Let's do this. Okay, so speaking of the Best Butterflies, this is a Best Butterflies card because this bundle is so cute. Now, I'm not using the dies in this particular card, but I'm using, am I using the stamps? I'm going to use a sentiment, I think. Or maybe I won't. I don't know, but I'm using the paper. Maybe that's what I'm using, but I wanted to show it all. So here is the paper. It's called Butterfly Kisses. And as you'll notice, you can cut these butterflies out with your scissors. And so that's what I did. That's one of those things that you can do when you're watching TV. One of those mindless tasks that I like to do when I'm watching TV with my husband at night. He doesn't care if I'm paying attention to what's going on, just as long as my body is physically in the room. That's all he cares about. So I usually do work while I'm sitting there with him and we watch some TV. So I have cut 4 of these little guys out. Not sure which ones I'm going to use, but I have 4 to choose from now. And I have one of our labels. That is this. And I can't remember what this is called. Maybe it's called the decorative circle. I don't know. I can never remember what things are called because I'm old and because there's a lot of stuff. So decorative circle, I think is what that's called. I know Cheryl's going to tell me. Let's see. Yes, you guys are talking. Stampin' Happy Academy is amazing. Oh, I always forget to look at the comments. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, a lot of you guys are telling me about your teeth stories too. I know it's a common thing. I don't know why it is, but it is. All right. And then we have a piece of designer series paper. Thank you, Sherry. She said I was correct. It is the decorative circle. A body in the room. Yeah, right. That's exactly what I am. I'm a body in the room. But if I'm not the body in the room, then he doesn't like to be sitting in there by himself. He wants me to be in there. It's the silliest thing. Okay. I guess it's because he loves me. I'm going to go with that. All right. DSP, this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 because it's going to be basically our card front. And then I have a little strip, which I need to cut down because it's too long, but it is 3/4-ish of an inch. It was just a strip that I had in the kit that I had in my, not my kit, but I had in my paper pack. So I pulled it out and we're going to use it because it coordinates. And then I have a thick basic white card base. This is 5 1/2 by 10. And so it was just going to be a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, but then I thought, you know what? You can easily turn this into a gift card holder just by adding an 1.5 inches to the length, and then we're just going to score it. So we're going to score where we normally would to begin with, 4 1/4 inches. That would be right down the middle if we had an 8 1/2 inch piece of cardstock. And then we're going to open up our arm and we're going to slide it over to the 8 1/2 inch mark. And we're going to score it again. So now I have 2 score lines, 4 1/4 and 8 1/2, and I am just going to fold on both of these. So I'm just going to make sure that they line up at the top and the bottom, and then I'll just fold that, and then I'm going to fold this. So basically we have, this is the middle, and again I'm going to look to make sure that this is even. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to glue this whole piece onto the front. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue for that. And I'm just going to squirt it. Oh, I hope this isn't clogged with, oh, no, I thought maybe it had a glue booger. Because you know what? I was gone for a while. And then when I got home from visiting my daughter and with my son, I had a lot of kind of like computer work to do. And then it was the 4th of July weekend. And I decided I'm not going to work. I had a lot of work to do, but I just decided, you know, I'm not going to. I'm going to hang out with my husband because he was off the whole weekend. And so we just kind of screwed around. We took our little razor that we just bought out and tootled around town, and that was fun. And yeah, we just had a nice time. We didn't go to any fireworks shows. We just stayed home and listened to our neighbors shoot some fireworks off. So yeah, it was pretty uneventful. And we had hot dogs because I didn't want to cook. I didn't feel like cooking. And so I said, let's just have some hot dogs. And he said, okay. Okay. So we have our outside. On the inside. Oh, I do have a little excess here. Let me trim this off real quick. Sometimes it's always better to have your paper too long. Well, I guess I shouldn't say always. Most of the time. It's better for your paper to be too long than too short because you can usually just trim off the excess and then you're fine. Whoops, that little string. Oh, we've got a tiny bit up here too. I guess we'll just cut it all off. All right, and then I'm going to show you a cute little trick for, because sometimes when you have a gift card holder in a card, or you want a gift card in your card, you want to put a little thumb hole in there. So I have discovered that if you make a mark in the middle first, so I'll bring my trimmer back in, and this is 5.5. So half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. So I will put my paper at the 2 3/4 inch mark, and then I'll just bring in a pencil, and I will just put a tiny little pencil mark right there in the middle. That way, I can use my cloud punch. This little part of the cloud right here will work as a thumb hole. So look at that. So I've just got that little mark that I made. You guys can see that, I hope, right there in the middle, basically. And I'm just going to punch that, and look at that thumb hole, just like that. So I am going to glue the sides down, just the sides. And so I'm going to use just a pretty thin bead of glue right here. Kind of scribble that so it's not quite as thick. Okay. And then I will just gently squish that down. Oh, Jean, that's awesome. She said her neighbors put on a big fireworks show. We used to have some neighbors that had an amazing fireworks show. Their son was like a pyrotechnic guy out of California, and he would come home every year and he would put on this amazing fireworks show. They lived like 2 houses from us. But unfortunately, the husband, the dad, passed away last year sometime. And then the wife sold the house because our neighborhood, our houses are pretty big. I mean, her house was like 3,500 square feet, and she was by herself. So, I mean, who needs that much space? So she moved, and the new people, obviously don't have a pyrotechnics guy in their house. So anyway, Diane says, how did you ever see it? I don't know, Diane. It was the craziest thing. It was today. I was looking at this card, and I was just going to make the card. And then I thought, oh, you know what? I want to make it a gift card holder. So I extended out the piece, and then I thought, oh, I need a thumb hole. And I was just looking at my punches, and I thought, what could work for a thumb hole? And the first punch I saw was that cloud. I thought, oh, that'll work. There's probably a bunch of other ones. I think the heart would probably work. Maybe one of the oval might be a little bit tricky because it's a double. And of course, if you have old circle punches, those work also. But if you don't, then this cloud punch will work. So there we go. Okay. So then we have this little 3/4 inch strip that we're just going to add here. But before I do that, check it out. Did you guys know we have glitter washi tape now? Oh my gosh, we do. And I took the liberty of putting a little piece on some white so you can kind of really see, because I mean, it looks cool on the roll, but I think when you actually see it on a piece of paper, it looks way better. So we've got this beautiful purple color, the green, the purple, yeah, that's purple, Barb. Come on, pumpkin pie probably, and black. And now this I don't know if this is supposed to be Parakeet Party or if it's supposed to be Granny Apple Green, but I feel like you can use it with most of our greens. You can use it with soft seafoam, probably pear and olive, maybe not garden green or shaded spruce, but I think all the rest of our greens I think would look fine with this. This purple I think is probably, it goes with, I believe, fresh freesia, of course, Highland Heather, gorgeous grape. So you've got that, the pumpkin pie, maybe pale papaya, maybe coral, not exactly sure. Then, of course, black. So I am going to, because I don't remember what page this is on, because this is a brand new catalog and I don't remember everything. Page 57. And sometimes when they put these things in these catalogs, you don't notice them. Like you're looking at this page and yeah, there's some washi tape, but is your brain really going to see those for what they are? I don't know. But I always look in the back whenever I'm looking for all the new embellishments and papers and all that stuff that's in a new catalog. I always look in the back and I always look at all the papers, and then I look at all the ribbons, and then I look at all the embellishments, and then I usually go and look on the pages that they're on to actually see what they've done with them. So this is on page 57. I think it's not, you might go, oh, it's Halloween. Maybe you're not into Halloween. I don't need that. But you know what? I think it can be used for lots of other things besides Halloween. Case in point, this card that I'm going to make for you today. So I'm going to use the green. And to get a straight line, I'm going to pull in one of my little sheets here, one of these grid sheets. And I'm going to line my card up on one of the lines, so about like that. And then I'm going to take the washi tape, and I'm going to get the end started here. And then I am just going to bring it across the paper. Get this lined up again. I think it is. I'm just going to bring it across the paper wherever I think it might look good. So I'm going to go with this second line on the paper. So that's about a ½ inch from the bottom. Yes, Pam, the new catalogs are out. Yes. So let me trim that off. If you didn't get one from me, Pam, it's possible that I use Stampin' Up's system to send them out. And I just put in the dates of the last 6 months or something like that. And everybody who's ordered $50, it automatically gets one. So if you didn't get one from me, send me an email and we will get you taken care of. Okay, so we have that strip on there. And now I can go ahead and put this strip right above it, just like that. So I'll just add some glue here. And we'll just go all the way across. And we'll just add this, and I'm just going to trim this off because, like I said, it's too long. There we go. Sandy from Oshkosh is here. Hello, Sandy. This is the first card. Oh, maybe Katie's telling everybody that. Oh, what am I doing? I am snipping off the excess here. Okay. Go, go, there we go. All right, so that's what we have so far. So then, I thought it might be kind of cute to bring some twine in, because who doesn't love twine? And these twines, these are our baker's twine in our in colors. So we have all of the brand new in colors. We've got the Starry Sky, the Orchid Oasis, the Tahitian Tide, the Sweet Sorbet, and then, of course, the Parakeet Party. And I'm just going to wrap this around the card. And you guys know that I'm not good at wrapping stuff around the card, but it's okay, because if I screw it up, I can do my little cheater trick that I will show you, because it's possible that I will screw this up. So I just have trouble getting the ribbons and stuff to be tight around my cards. And I don't like floppy ribbon and stuff. That bothers me a lot. There we go. So I'm just going to try to get this. And again, if we don't get it, it's fine, because I have a cheater way of fixing it. So probably isn't going to. And nope, that's just way too floppy. You can sort of see that it's not super tight and it's sagging. I don't like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fix my bow. I'm going to get my bow to be how I like it. Yeah, everyone tells me to try those reverse tweezers. And you know what? I can't. I've tried using glue dots and all that stuff, and it doesn't work for me. This way works. I've been doing it this way for, oh my gosh, I don't even know, a long time. Since I've been stamping, so I guess 19 years. And this way works for me. And maybe some of you don't have crosslock tweezers or whatever. This way might work for you too. So I'm going to leave that for the moment while I'm going to work with my little circle here. So this is my decorative circle, and I'm just going to pick 3 of these butterflies. I think I'm going to go with this one and this little one because it's cute, and then maybe this one here. And I'm just going to stick these on just randomly with some dimensionals. So there's like no stamping yet, and maybe there won't be, except for maybe I'll put something on the inside. We'll see. All right, so we're adding our little butterflies here. Just like so. So we've got a little grouping of 3 here. So then I'm going to put a dimensional strip, one at the top and one at the bottom. So here's the top and here's the bottom. Yes, I did, Katie, but I hate that they didn't release everything at the same time. That really bums me out. And so I don't want to watch it until I can binge watch the whole thing. So we're waiting for that to happen. And so don't tell me anything. I don't want any spoilers, you guys, because I haven't watched it yet. What am I doing? I'm going to do that. Okay, that's what I'm going to end up doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up cutting this, but before I cut it, I'm going to take a piece of tape. I'm going to figure out first, is that where I want my bow? And yeah, I think my bow will work about right there. Maybe scoot it over just a little bit. So I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to tape it onto my card. And then I'm going to cut that. And then I can pull this a little tighter. And then I can tape it down. You probably can't tell, but the amount of excess that I had was very minimal, like maybe 1/8 of an inch, but it was enough that it was not going to be flat, and that was going to bug me. Okay, so now I'm just going to add my circle with my butterflies here, like that. So cute. And then we'll trim off these tails. And that's what we have on the front. So that's so far so good. Then on the inside, I just want to add some kind of a sentiment. I have a little Starbucks card that I believe one of you guys gave me. I don't remember who. It might have been, I don't want to say because I'll probably be wrong. I've gotten a number of Starbucks cards recently, and I can't remember which design came from which person. So whoever you were, thank you. Okay. So I'm going to put that on the inside, and you know, we probably could put a butterfly in here. Why not? Let's go with, I think we'll go with this little guy here, and then this little body. We'll do that. Every time oh, Cynthia, I don't believe it's coming back. They had an issue with it, and my guess is it won't be back. Now, I can't say for sure that they'll never bring it back, but I don't think they're going to. I just think they've had issues with it, and I don't know. As far as I know, it's not coming back, and I hate to say that because it's such an amazing product, but it definitely had flaws. So I think we're going to go green for the wings, and then the freezer for the body. I know, it's such a bummer because it was amazing. And now you guys, this is a little trick that I do sometimes. I'm just going to rub my finger down the middle of that and get off some of that ink. Because when I put my body on there, I don't want there to be ink. So I got to be careful now because I have ink on my fingers. So I'm going to wipe them on a chamois. So that now when I put my body down, it's not going to have that stripe in the middle. And I know you're going to say, oh my gosh, Barb, you're super anal. I know I am. I can't help myself. But I don't like that. So that's what I do. So now when I stamp the body, it'll just be nice right in the middle. There. And we don't have any of that green overlapping on the inside. And I just stuck my thumb right in that ink. Of course I did. Okay. So I think that we are done. we can slide our little card in there. We can close that up, and there it is. I probably should have pushed that up a little bit, but I didn't, and it's too late, and I'm not going to change it. So there we go. Card number 1, an adorable little gift card holder. And now for those of you that are wondering, you might be, maybe you're not, I do have some of my kits left for my Best Butterflies class. And you get a lot of stuff in here. You get 2 different colors of ribbon. You get 2 different embellishments. Yeah, the number for the magnetic platform is not on. You can't order it, just so you know. And if you did order it, you'll be getting a refund. So just keep that in mind. And then we have half a pack of the Designer Series paper. We have some of those adhesive sheets, just because these dies are pretty intricate. So I recommend using adhesive sheets with those. You get 2 of our cute little peekaboo treat bags. You get all the cardstock to make all the cards, plus the envelopes. So if you're interested in this class, you won't be sorry. The link is in the description. Okay. And while I'm thinking about it, can you guys give me a thumbs up? If you haven't, I would appreciate it, just because it really helps the channel. YouTube likes. YouTube also likes commenting, which we're doing right now, which is awesome. And YouTube likes subscribing. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, you can subscribe right here in the corner if you're not already, and then hit that little notification bell, and that will let you know when I am going live or when I post new videos. And yeah, okay, let me clean up some of this stuff. And we don't need those, we don't need that, we don't need that. What else? Oh, this little guy. I didn't use this one, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to put that up on top of my cabinet here so it doesn't get lost. All right. Now we are moving on to card number 2. I always laugh because I'm a pretty neat, like tidy stamper. And by the time I'm done with this live event, the junk that's over there is incredible. There is an incredible amount of junk that gets stuck over there. Oh, come on, get off. There we go. All right. Put that card up there, scoop the trash off the table. Okay. So we are going to be using the Wonderful World stamp set. This is one of the Sale-A-Bration choices for a $100 order. And hold on while I find the Designer Series paper that goes with this. I've got to make some Designer Series paper charts too. I am just, too many things. Okay. Let's just look at this paper because holy cow, is it pretty. Okay, so we have this. So if you spend $100 in my online store, this is one of the items you can choose. This is one of the $100 items. It's called Wonderful World Bundle. It's the stamp set and the paper. And then here is the paper. So we've got the front and back. Look at this rich raspberry paper. We've got this, some pink, and these little flowers. You can like just cut these out with circles and just use them on your cards. It's amazing. We've got this fun pattern here. Here's the back side. Beautiful. And then we have this, the yellow stripes. And the back is this fun kind of mossy meadow, pinky purple. Love it. Then we have this little foliage side. And then, of course, all this beautiful purples, which I really love. And then we have these giant flowers here, which I feel like you could fussy cut those out and then use them on your projects. And then we have this on the back side. So the paper, as usual, when they have these bundles, is amazing. And so I have a feeling I'm going to have a few stamp sets because I'm going to need extra paper, but that's how it works. Okay. I'm also going to be using the Stamparatus along with the Rays of Light stamp set. Oh my gosh. Seriously, Joanne, I am so sorry. I'll fix it when I'm done. Yeah, I can't fix it right now. Geez, what a ding dong. Okay. Well, I will fix it. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that very much. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, she said the white background small flowers can be cut out with the postage punch. That's awesome. So we're using the Rays of Light stamp set, or stamp. So I have that already on my Stamparatus. I'm going to set that to the side for a second. Then we're using the large floral piece right here. And I've got some orchid ink. And then we're going to be using some of the festive pearls. And then I have a couple different ribbon choices here. I'm not sure if I want to use the white glitter ribbon or the white seam binding. I'm not sure. We're going to find out here momentarily. So to start out with, I have my papers. I've got a 4 by 5¼ inch piece of Orchid Oasis, and I'm going to ink up this sun ray, the rays. What is this called again? Rays of sunshine? Rays of light. Gosh. Sitting right here and I can't remember. Okay, so where's my pad? Here it is. So I'm going to ink this up with the Orchid Oasis. So I've just got that. Get that nice and inky. And then I have to figure out, this is what I did earlier today when I was practicing. I just kind of laid my paper on that, and then I flipped the Stamp-A-Ratus upside down. And then I did this. And then I have my little air hockey thing that I can transfer the ink with. This is actually a Stampin' Up! Used to sell cookie press stamps, and there was like a little silicone piece that you'd stick on this handle and you'd press it into your cookie. Well, I just took the handle and added a piece of felt, but you can also get air hockey sombreros, which I have a link to my Amazon crafty favorites down there, and you can get it there, or you can just make your own like I did. Okay, so then we'll pull our paper out and look what we have. How cool is that? Okay, so we're done with the Stamp-A-Ratus. Now I have a 3 by 4 piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to bring in just a scratch paper just so I don't get ink all over my desk. Ooh, I just threw my paper. Oh, look what I just did. Of course I did. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I do that? I'm trying to get some of that off so it doesn't leak through. We'll hope that it doesn't. Ugh, geez, Barb, come on. Okay, so we are now going to stamp these flowers on this layer. So I'm going to stamp one right in the middle, and then I'm going to stamp one to each side. So you can kind of see where I'm just going to sort of place that so it goes around that one. And then this one, I'll place it so it goes around that one. That's it. That's all we're doing. Whoops. Then I'm going to bring in a trimmer. Oh my heavens. I just waxed the camera. Jeez Louise. All right, things are starting to go south for me. I need to relax a little. Okay, I'm gonna get that set back up again. Sorry, you guys. I need to move these things out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this at 1 inch increments. So it's 4 inches wide. So we're gonna cut it at 3. And we're gonna keep these kind of in order. And 2. I know, Judy, geez. I start to get a little bit frustrated and then everything just goes to pot, as my mom would say. All right, and then we're going to put that on the 1 inch mark and cut that. So now we have our pieces. We're going to keep them in order. There we go. Okay, and then I also have a piece of Starry Sky. And this is about, well, where's my ruler? Because I can't remember. It's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Yeah, 4 1/2. Okay. So we are going to add these pieces just as they were cut. So we're going to keep them in order. We're going to add them to this, leaving a little bit of space in between each one. So I'm going to start out with the 2 end pieces. So I'll put this one on first. And I'll just leave a little bit of space at the edge. And then I'm going to put this one on the other end. So just a little bit of glue. So that one's going to go. And I work better when I have something in my right hand and I can do it this way. So I always flip things upside down. I know that's probably a little weird. But I can just see better without my other hand getting in the way. So there you go. All right. And then I will put the 2 center pieces in. And so it's just a way to take this kind of, not that it's plain, because it's not plain by any means, but it just kind of jazzes it up a little bit by separating the pieces out. I think anyway. And about like so. That one, well, it's probably glued. We're going to leave it. Okay, so then look at this. We're going to take this and we're going to put it on that. Look how cool that looks. Like, whoa. I did this for a swap, and when I did the swap, I was at my daughter's house, so I didn't have access to everything that I have here now. And so I just sent my swap out with it on a plain piece of orchid, which it looks pretty. You know, this is pretty. There's nothing wrong with that. But wow, when you stick that rays of light underneath that, whoa, that's just amazing. So that's what we're going to do. All right. I am going to now fold this in half, get my bone folder out. There we go. And we'll add this to our layer. So they're both orchid. The card base is orchid and the layer that I did with the rays of light. And of course we're hiding the sun, which is okay. I think this is a pretty cool stamp. All right. Then we'll add this with some dimensionals. But first, we need to figure out what ribbon we want to use. I don't know if this is going to be like too much. If I did the glittery stuff, well, you know, it might work. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have it come from the inside to the front. And then I'll just tape it behind that other layer. That's my plan. So I'm going to cut that. Oh, these are not ribbon scissors. Those are crappy scissors. Okay, so I am going to try to center it as best I can. I feel like that's centered good enough. Maybe not. Scoot down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and since our main layer is going to hide that, we don't have to care that we have taped ends on the front of the card because no one's going to see it. I mean, unless they take the card apart, but why would they? Okay. I know, I just got this background stamp, you guys, and I don't even know why. I can't remember what I saw. I saw somebody did something. I don't know. And so I got it, but I hadn't used it until today. All of a sudden I was thinking to myself, gosh, what could I do for behind there? And I was like, oh, ooh, let's use that Rays of Light stamp set. Or stamp. I guess it's not really a set. It's a stamp. All right, so let's add some dimensionals. Oh my gosh, we're almost going to use up this set or this page of dimensionals. That's always exciting. And you get to toss that sheet in the trash. But you know what? Don't toss those, and I'm going to just show you a really quick tip why not when you get done with them, because we just have another new product that's in the holiday catalog. Where's my holiday catalog? And it's called, I can't remember, so I'm going to look it up and I'm going to tell you. It's right here. It's the Pearlized Enamel Effects Basics. That's quite the mouthful. That's quite the word. It's on page 59. And it's these three little kind of, well, they're not really like paint. It's almost like a thick paint. And it's pearlized. And what I have found is if you keep these kind of sheets, stuff that's already got sticky on it, or that had something sticky on it, I don't even know where I got this. But you can like squirt, like I squirted the this pinky color on here, and then you can just pop those off and use them as embellishments. So that is kind of cool, and they won't stick to this paper. So it's the same thing with your like when you use glue dots. Normally you tear this paper off after you're done with your glue dots and you toss it in the trash. Keep it, because you can just squirt a whole bunch of this stuff and make all these little dots, and then they just peel right off of the sheet. And same thing with this, because this is that same kind of paper. It's like slick and it's releasable, which I'm sure is not a word, but you know what I'm saying. So you could, so when I'm done with this, I'm not going to throw this out. I'm going to keep it so that I can take this stuff, because like here I just did it on white cardstock, and I'm not going to be able to get that off. So it's okay if you just want to like design something on a card, like make some dots or make a line, fine, just do it on your cardstock. But if you want to make elements that you can reuse, or that you can use, not reuse, that you can use, then do them on this kind of backing paper. And yeah, there you go. There's a tick. There's a trick for you. Okay, which has nothing to do with this card. Okay, so we have the front on there. Now I have some of these adhesive backed pearls, and I think we're going to go with a few silvers. I'm getting these ready. I'm doing my product shares, and so I have the rest of my stuff is probably out on my porch right now, and so I've got these cut up. So this is actually going to be my share, some of it, and I'm just going to maybe just kind of randomly plop some of these silvers just wherever, like in some of this open space, maybe a little bit. Where else? Maybe like right there, just to add a little bit of interest. So there's not really anything spectacular about this card except that rays of light background makes it look really cool. So here's our inside layer. So just because we have a little bit of the beautiful floral image on that outside, we are going to just stamp a little flower image here on the inside. Maybe like that. That'll work. Okay, get that out of the way. Alrighty, and let's get this added. We can use seal for this. We don't need our liquid glue. We can just use some seal. All right. And I'm just going to mention this just because I do it every time. Those of you guys that are demonstrators that obviously aren't going to purchase anything from me, I totally get it. I wouldn't order anything from you. But there is a little button right below the chat box. It's a little $sign. And if you are so inclined, it's basically like a tip. So if you wanted to give me a tip, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it. And then you get a pinned comment and you get to choose a cute little emoji. So there you go. It's called the Super Thanks. And then if you're watching the replay of this video, the Super Thanks button is below the video on the bottom. So there we go. Somebody asked a question. How do I store all my embellishments? You know what, Cynthia, you're going to laugh your head off. But I have, my husband built me a thing. And it holds these cheap little things from Walmart. They're like 98 cents or something like that. And I literally just have all my packages of embellishments in here. And then here's a couple of the ones that come in containers. And they just fit in there. It's kind of like a pegboard. And so then this little thing, I'll have to share it sometime with you guys and show you what it looks like. But it's a pegboard and it's got dowels and it shows me. You know what? Remind me. And when I'm done with my show tonight, I will take my camera out of the stand and I'll kind of show you what it is. So in case you have a crafty husband and he might want to make it for you, then he can. Okay, so we are done with this card. So pretty simple, but what a wow factor with that rays of light background stamp, right? Okay. All right, next we have what? I don't even know. Some other card. It is, oh yeah. We are going to be using, this is another Sale-A-Bration item. This is the Pool Party and Soft Seafoam cards and envelopes. This is one of those items you can choose for free with a $50 order. I believe it comes with like 20. So you get the envelopes with the liners, and then you get the 20 cards. You get 10 of them are with the Pool Party, and then 10 of them are with the Soft Seafoam. And they are designed, not that you have to use them because you can use them with whatever you want. Oh my gosh, Kathleen, thank you so much. You guys can see in the chat, Kathleen just tipped me, and I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Thoughts, splendid stems, splendid day, sweet, whatever you want to call it. It's designed to go with that, but obviously you don't have to use it with just that. But today I'm going to. So I have my card here. So I've got a card already pulled out. So I'm using one of the Soft Seafoam ones. I have the envelope also. And the envelopes, look at that. They have a really fun design on the flap. They have a little design on the front. And then, of course, you have that fantastic liner. Oh, my gosh, Cynthia, you're such a sweetheart. Cynthia just did the same thing. So that's pretty exciting. And Cynthia, that little guy is hilarious. Thank you, ladies. All right. So then what I decided to bring in was this gold paper. And I believe it's from the annual catalog. It's new, I believe. Yes, I can look at the item code and tell that it's new. It's called Distressed Gold 12 by 12 paper. So it comes, you get 2 sheets in the packet. It's 12 by 12. And I went ahead and just die cut a few pieces out of it. Now, what's cool about this stuff is that you would think, oh, it just looks like gold foil, but it doesn't. It actually, when you die cut things out of it, look at the texture. You can sort of see that really cool texture on the pieces. I'm going to get this third one. So there's texture on them, there's shimmer on them, they're gold, and they're just amazing. And they come out of this here. So if you're wondering what to do with this stuff, die cutting things out of it is a really good idea. Okay. Then I also cut a few out of Soft Seafoam. And then they did use it during that Creativity Now. And I already had it and I was really excited. And then I cut some out of Fleur de Flamingo. And you're probably thinking, wow, soft seafoam and Fleur de Flamingo? What the heck, Barb? I know, right? But look, Stampin' Up! Has these little color combination cards. And you can find them. Hold on. Is it this? Yes. If you go to tinyurl.com/SU Color Coach, you will find the download for this and you can cut them out yourself. So, or you can print them and cut them out. So I looked at the soft seafoam and I saw soft seafoam, Fleur de Flamingo, and Mossy Meadow. Who knew? So that's where I got the Fleur de Flamingo, and it actually looks pretty good. So I die cut all these pieces, not knowing exactly what I'm going to do with them. I mean, I kind of have an envision in my mind. Then I need a scrap of white. Here is a little scrap of white. And I have a sentiment out of the Splendid Thoughts stamp set that says sending hugs. So I'm going to ink that up in some Mossy Meadow. And I guess it doesn't matter if it's upside down. I got to die cut it anyway. And so we have that. And then in this die set, there is this little piece that Lori Heiling, when she did a demo during the Creativity Now, she calls it the taco piece. It actually kind of looks like a taco. So I am going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to get this little taco piece. Look how cute that is. And it does, the die does put these little tiny circles, little tiny dots in the sides. Plus it does a nice little border around the edge. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up very well, but it's a nice detailed piece. And so that's what we're going to do for our sentiment. And it's actually going to make kind of like a pot, like a vase, not a vase, because a vase is a tall and skinny thing, but you know, whatever you would call that. Something to make a floral arrangement in. That's the words I'm kind of looking for. So I'm going to use all these pieces that I cut with my little pot, and I'm going to create a little floral arrangement, I guess. All right, Courtney is joining us. Hello, Courtney. All right, so this is going to be my little pot. So it's just going to kind of go right there in the middle. And then I don't know exactly how I'm going to do these little pieces, but I kind of had a vision in my mind, sort of, about how they would go, but we'll see how it works out. So I'm just going to kind of line them up a little bit first, and I'm purposely overhanging this one. Yeah, I think this little Fleur de Flamingo one can go right here. We have this little soft seafoam, and it's going to kind of blend in with the background, but it'll give us a little bit of texture. Okay, and then we have another Fleur de Flamingo piece. That might be too much. How about this smaller one? Whoops, I just bent it. Oops. That one. And then maybe we can tuck that kind of up there. So we'll just make it a very big and wide bundle here. And I don't know. I feel like I'm heavy on this side, so I may have to actually bring this over and put it somewhere else instead of where it was. Or maybe I just won't use it at all. I don't know. Like I said, I just decided I was going to just throw all these things around. So that's kind of my plan. So I think what I'm going to do is to start out with, I am going to just add some glue at the bottom of the pot just to kind of get it onto the card. Again, I didn't plan this very well. I just, like, sometimes, you know, you just get some things in your head and you just kind of go with it and you go, we'll make it work. Okay, so we're going to have the bottom of the pot on the card. Good. All right, so then I know that I want this guy. I kind of know where I want it, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. Ooh, I know what I can do. I have this tiny little glue bottle here that I did get off Amazon, and I believe I have it linked below. Let me get the glue squirted down so I can get it to come out. Okay, so I can use this little guy. It's got a nice little metal tip on it, and I just added this liquid glue into this bottle with this little metal tip, and it works pretty good. So, well, I already got some glue on there. Okay, so because I only put glue at the bottom of the bowl, I can easily kind of tuck this under, and we can add that piece. Now we will add this next one here, this next big one. And again, I'll just squirt some glue from my little bottle here. Maybe a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay. I know, this little tiny bottle does work really well. I'm pretty happy that I found it. And you get 2 of them. If you order them, you get 2. There we go. Okay, so then I think I had this little Flirty Flamingo guy. Ugh, I have no nails with which to pick these things up, so I have to slide them around. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of glue. And I kind of want these things to be free at the top so they can actually look like 3D. And of course that happened. All right, we're good. All right, so I can still lift up my pot and, you know, tuck these little pieces in there. Now this one, like I said, I'm just going to stick it behind, but I'm going to kind of position it so that it's behind the gold piece, so that it looks like it's kind of coming out. So the stem is hiding behind this little spot right here. If that makes sense. All right, does somebody comment? Address for the color swatches again? Yes. It's tinyurl. This is something else. This goes to my global tutorial project. Anyways, it's tinyurl.com/SU color coach. Hopefully that helps. Oh my gosh, Jana, thank you. Jana just threw me. Oh, that little guy is hilarious. Boy, and I probably should be working out too, Jana. Or is it Jana? I guess I shouldn't assume. It looks like Jana, but I could be wrong. So let me know if I'm wrong. I don't want to call you by the wrong name. Okay, this little guy, this Flirty Flamingo, we are going to add him just where I said, I think, in the front there. Right here. Oh my gosh, I think I hear thunder. What the heck? Oh, I do. It's all dark out there. Yuck. It was super hot today. So you know what that means? Probably hail. My favorite thing. No, I don't like hail at all. All right, I don't know. Is that too much to throw that back there? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I should throw this. Ooh, maybe I should tuck this in. Oh, you know what you can do? We can also like shove these things way down in there so that not much is showing if we want to. I don't know. I feel like I don't need that. But I kind of like this little guy. And I'm going to stick it on there. You know, if it looks terrible, it looks terrible. All right. So we're adding a little bit of glue to this little guy. You can see I'm just barely putting any on there. And I'm going to tuck this underneath and hide the stem right behind this little spot right here, so that it kind of looks like it's growing out of there also. Dang it, I sort of feel like I need more pink. I wonder if I tore this off, if I could get away with that. What do you think? I think I can. I think I can get away with it. All right, so we're going to add a little more glue here. This bottle, hold on, I need to shake it to get some glue to come out. There we go. All right. Okay. And I'm just going to tuck this one underneath so that it looks like these little stems are coming out of these other pieces is my plan. Okay, I think that's good. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Maybe. Nope, I'm just going to have to tuck this one on too. Sorry. I changed my mind, and I am free to do that if I so desire. I am a woman, and I can do it. I guess you don't have to be a woman to change your mind. Oh, Jonna. Okay, it is Jonna. Thank you very much. I don't want to call you the wrong name. Okay. And we are going to tuck this little guy underneath over here. There. Okay, so now what I can do is I can lift up my bowl, as you will, and I can squirt some glue under there, and then I can just tack it down, and then it'll stay. And that's all I'm going to do to this. I'm just going to do that. I've got the inside done. I already have an envelope to go with it, and it's done. Except for one thing. Festive pearls. I do want to add some festive pearls because we have some pretty gold ones here. And these are very, very shiny. They're very pretty. And so I'm just going to add probably the 3, because you know how they say to add 3 of everything. And that's it. So there you go. Let me bring in the rest of the goodies that we already made. Push all this stuff out of the way. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. If you missed the beginning of the show, go back and listen to my son's shenanigans. That kid's going to be the death of me. So here's the cards we made. We made this beautiful card with the Splendid Day goodies. We made this with the, is it World of Wonder? Now I already forgot what it was called. I think it's World of Wonder. And the Ray of Light background stamp. And then we have this cute little butterfly card. So yay. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to fix that link in the description of the video so you can purchase the butterfly class from me if you so desire. Thank you again to Joanne for letting me know I had the wrong link in there. And I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. All right, guys. Have a great week. Bye-bye.